flesh and blood. I can be ignored, I can be destroyed, but as a symbol, I can be incorruptible. I can be everlasting.
What symbol?
Something elemental, something terrifying.
His death was not your fault.
In life, we are faced with many obstacles. It's how we face what seems like impossible obstacles that defines us. Carried by the weight of his parents' death, will one man's crusade be the very undoing of himself? Growing up, Batman was a very prolific figure in my childhood. Even while being one of the few members who didn't possess any powers in a league filled with gods that were capable of flight, super speed, shape-shifting powers,
We keep our farm animals at the farm, not in the house. Not in the bedroom, certainly.
Despite that, he's considered one of the strongest among those he stands with. Very distinct features of the Caped Crusade that aren't represented as well as throughout the Dark Knight Trilogy. Even though the vision of a more grounded take by Nolan, I believe these fundamental things that make the Batman who he is isn't sacrificed because of that vision. I believed enhanced, making you believe this is a real person, someone who you can get behind or strive to be. Those three things being inspiration of hope, becoming more outside of yourself, and never giving up. Created by Bob Kane and Bill Finger in 1939, a dark, looming figure by night, matching the dystopian-like city. From the action comics to the big screen, Batman over the years has gone through many evolutions. There's the highs, and then there's the lows. Within these countless retellings, one rendition I hold dear to my heart, and what I believe is the deep exploration of how Batman became to be, and I associate with the origin story of his character, is the first movie in the Christopher Nolan series, Batman Begins. What stands out about this adaptation is that in this hyper-realistic world, Batman feels like a tangible figure that can be held on to, a thing that we can get behind, possibly done purposefully. For the many critiques these films receive, I believe that the aspect it gets right is the story of Bruce Wayne becoming a symbol, that symbol becomes broken, and last rebuilding what once was, showing hope isn't truly dead. The journey of Bruce in these films are outstanding. He must remind himself,
Save Gotham. I failed. Why do we force? So that we can learn to pick ourselves up.
by the end of it all, coming full circle, Bruce in this film has two teachers, his father, the other Ra's al Ghul. Two sides of the same coin. The teachings of Ra's used to combat the city that is tearing itself apart. Then there's the lessons from his father, telling him why it's important to help the city, to help the people of Gotham.
Did you build this train, Dad?
Gotham's been good to our family, but the city's been suffering. People less fortunate than us have been enduring very hard times. So we built a new, cheap public transportation system to unite the city. And at the center, Wayne Tower.
Is that where you work?
No, I work at the hospital. I leave the running of our company to much better men.
Better.
Wow, more interested men.
Combining those, Bruce finds himself needing to become more for the people and more than just himself to help the city his father once tried to save. The movie is also exploration of Bruce's mental state, something that has been explored throughout other takes, if it's not the comics, the big screen. The most compelling take has been Nolan's. The focus of the movie on Bruce's struggle to come to terms to get past what happened to him. Not only that, but mixing that with the emotional acting displayed from Christian Bale and the way he sells being a broken man without purpose, this all comes ahead until one of the most powerful scenes in the movie is where he finds himself exploring the cave under his family's mansion, inhabited by bats. Yes, Bruce fears bats, but it's deeper than that. The fear of bats is the reason he asked his father and mother to exit the show, which led to the alley that they took to go home, that led to his parents meeting their fate. But in Bruce's mind, these sequence of events are indistinguishable from the actual truth of what happened. In the mind of Bruce, he feels that they are all connected. His fear led to their death. This makes the scene in question so much more powerful in hindsight. He uses the fear, the anger, and wears it on his chest. The metaphor for not letting what happened define you, but how you deal with it does. He embraces the fear he once felt, standing tall in the face of all the guilt he felt, feeling like he was the one behind the gun. Bringing the film full circle, finding a way to help the people of Gotham as his father once did. Opposing the people who want to do harm, which is the embodiment of his old teacher, Ra's al Ghul. All coming to hit the climax of the movie, both sides chosen, which ends with the very controversial scene. Oh, wait. This is where he leaves him to die. Anyway, so the journey of Bruce becoming more just himself, a protector, a symbol of hope. But what happens when that's compromised? That something being someone who pushes him to the edge. That same coin as mentioned before, now corrupted. Gotham's protector, the symbol he becomes, result in villains he combats. One man's mission, making the ultimate sacrifice.
Because that's what needs to happen.
Batman!